Hey guys, Huz here, bringing you another video. This time, a new league discussion episode. And the first thing I want to say is excuse if my voice sounds a bit different. I'm actually ill right now. I was planning to do the Elo Hell league discussion today, but I want to be full health for that one, as I'm gonna have to be really careful with my words not to offend people in that video. So I thought I'd do one about copy professionals in this one. So it's whether if you're watching a stream, you're watching, a tournament, and you see a professional do something, should you directly copy what they do, including runes and masteries? Obviously, a lot of people right now would be copying runes and masteries, I'd imagine, because of all the whole new systems that have come out. Now, I'd say the first thing I'll say, runes and masteries are not that bad to copy. Although some of them do lead to being a bit specific of what the professional wants to do. Now, that is the one thing I want to say. A lot of the time in runes and masteries, if you see a little bit of a weird thing that's going on, so if you see some CDR in the blues, or, I don't know, something just odd, something stands out to you that you're like, why has the professional done that? The professional has done that for a specific reason they want to do. If they've gone CDR blues, that would probably mean they want to go on their opponent more. So, if you're using them CDR blues, you have to play the same playstyle that they're made for. If you're not going to play that playstyle, then there's no point having that CDR blue, etc., something like that. And that will lead on to a later topic about copying a player's playstyle, which is a very touchy ground, and I really don't recommend it that often. As a professional is obviously going to be a lot better than you are, including myself, and it's never a good idea to try and copy a professional's playstyle, as you'll most likely never be able to do it. Always try to kind of find your own playstyle and go with that. But copying runes and masteries, as long as they don't have something completely different and not made for just a really weird strategy that, CDR blues, etc., you're not going to play aggressive, then they're fine to copy if it's just a general standard page. For instance, say if you're watching the odd one and he's trying out Vi jungle with the new stuff, he's gone standard AD, runes, so AD reds, AD quints, yellow armor, and blue MR. Copy that, that's just standard. And then masteries, they're not going to be that much different in masteries, so you can copy the masteries. Something like that is fine. But what I'm kind of meaning in, say, top lane, say if you're playing Rengar or you're watching a Rengar, like a professional, and he's taking some AP with CDR. You may have no idea what that is supposed to do, but that is supposed to be a pure sustain Rengar that literally can stay in lane as much as he wants and just keep sustaining. Where you may not know that. You may not know how to play that lane in that right way. So stuff like that you have to be careful for, but if it's just standard stuff, then I can say you can. Copying a professional. Or a high elo player, rather. I will kind of just go on to the professionals more than high elo players in this one, because that's generally who you're going to be copying the most. The big streamers, Dyrus, Odd One, X, Peke, Frog, and all them type of guys, you'll probably be trying to copy the most. Now, I'm going to go on to copying playstyle now, and this is one I would say you have to be fairly careful with, in that when I was a bad-ish player, when I was mid-silver, I started to watch a lot of streams. Now, I'm talking about I watched streams more than I played. I watched streams for like 4 hours a day easily of Ocelot. And now you have to remember this was very early Season 2. So I watched streams of Guardsman Bob. If you're unfamiliar with who Guardsman Bob is, he's not an amazing player. But he does really good music, and if you just are if you're a badish player, you will learn from him, because he's a not bad diamond player. I think he may even be Diamond 1, but mechanically, yeah, he's not the best. But he's still okay to watch. He's quite entertaining to watch. He's a nice guy, etc. And I watched them too, Ocelot and Guardsman Bob. And together, watching them, it actually did make me into a better player. Picking up things here and there, but still keeping my own playstyle. Now, sometimes I watch people completely fail a playstyle, and the best one I can kind of give an example of is Trick2G's Udyr. He has a very, very, very aggressive Udyr style, in that he will literally invade the enemy jungle whenever he wants. He'll go in at level 1, get red buff, and go, hey, I'm Trick2G, I'm on Udyr, and that's pretty much it. And so many people try to copy this. Even in my Yellow of Diamond 2, they try to copy this, where a lot of them completely fail. And there are many different, instances of this. People trying to copy Froggen's Anivia by building a Warmog's first item when he did that, that little phase of that game. It's never a good idea, because that professional has a playstyle that suits what they're doing. That's not your playstyle, that's theirs. And yes, it can work. I'm not going to say it completely can't work, because it can. But have your own playstyle. Don't just completely try and copy a professional and think that's okay. It won't work. So have your own champion pool, have your own playstyle, and when you're watching streams, just take what they do into account. Why are they doing that tower dive then? Why are they basing there? Why are they staying for that farm even though they're low health? All that type of thing is great to learn from a stream, and that's the type of thing you should be looking for. Picking up little bits and mechanical stuff, it works when you're not even realizing it. You don't actually have to look out for it. You become a better player, or I do at least, and I think many people do, by just watching the stream. It's just a really basic thing. You're having entertainment, yet you're learning to play the game, yet you're becoming a better player. It's a really nice thing to do, and that's how I became a better player. I'm never going to say that I did it all by myself, because I didn't. I watched a lot of streams. I learned the game. I really understand the game now. My understanding of the game of League of Legends is relatively high. I know every single champion's spells. I know every item in the game. I have a very big understanding now, but I never used to, and that's what streaming gave me. Streaming gave me item builds. It still does. I theory craft item builds from what professionals do. Yeah, I don't copy them 100%. I come up with my own stuff, but they are a really good basis of coming up with a good build, and I'm never going to say they're not, because they are. So to be a good player, in my opinion anyway, you have to be your own player. You can't purely copy another player's style and think, whoa, I'm really good at this game, because technically you're just playing like someone else. So come up with your own style, and a lot of the time that is the level of aggression. League of Legends is a game of aggression, and a lot of time you have to find your aggression level that you're suited for. And that is another instance why you cannot purely just copy a professional, because every single person in League of Legends has a different aggression level. And some people can pull off being super aggressive, like Trick2G, and some people cannot be aggressive at all. And that's kind of what you see in, two things you see in low ELOs. You see people would be way too aggressive and don't have the mechanical skill to kind of, keep up with it, and they just die randomly by, didn't get the mechanical stun in, or the kill in time. Or then you go the other way, in that then people are way too passive, and then they don't get kills when they could have. You have to find your own aggression level, and a lot of time to do this, play as aggressive as do this in normals. I don't recommend doing this in rank, because it can cost you a few games, but go into a normal and play as aggressive as you possibly can. And I mean aggressive. Always go into that champion. Just play proper aggressive and see if your mechanics can keep up with it. If your mechanics can really keep up with how aggressive you're being. If they can, great. Continue being that aggressive. Because if you can maintain a good CS score, as well as, a fair amount of kills, that's great. That's what you want. That's a good balance to have. But if you're finding that you're being too aggressive, that you're getting kills but no CS, then tone the aggression down on champions. Go for a bit more CS. Or then if you're going too aggressive and you're just dying and you're then just feeding, then tone it down. Keep toning it down until you find the right aggression level for you. And that's pretty much how you find it. That's the only really way how you do it. Some people will just naturally play how they feel they should, and that works. But for some people it takes some time. So I think that's pretty much what I wanted to say for this video, guys. Don't copy professional all the way. You come up with your own stuff, and you'll be, a little bit more grateful when you do reach that ELO, because yes, you'll be grateful to that professional that they helped you, but it'll be you in the end of the day. It will be you. It'll be your playstyle that got you there. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully it wasn't too annoying me being ill in this video. That's why we're not going on a lot of the time, because my throat is going a bit dodgy right now. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any topics in the future that you want, heard on League Discussion, that feel free to kind of say in the comments below. Now, the question I want to ask you for this video is, what professional has influenced you the most? As mentioned, Guardsman Bob and Ocelot were kind of the ones that made me better at League when I was a bad player, but I'd kind of say the odd one right now is kind of my biggest influence in jungle. So who is it for you? Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.